welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Okay. All right, guys. 1 second, please. Hey guys, welcome to my live. Oyoyo is live. How are you guys doing? Long time no see, long time no hear. YouTube, where do I input volume now? My phone has volume on. The mute button is not off. Um, okay, I'm back to the studio. Um, okay, we hear you now. Okay, you can hear me now. All right. Thank you. It's okay now. Thank you, all of you that have been asking where I have been. This has been 8 months that I actually suspended everything social media. To be honest, that was since March, actually, the whole of April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and tomorrow, a few hours from now, it will be December. I've been completely away from social media. I became a consumer rather than a creator. And there are so many reasons, for that. So I want to thank all of you for joining me today. You guys don't, for those of you that checked on me, I saw the comments. Some of them I couldn't reply at the time you were checking because there were so many things happening around me at the time. So I must use this opportunity to appreciate all of you. Thank you guys immensely for checking on me. I'm not gonna call names, but you know yourself. Some people called me more than twice. Oh, yo, please, how are you doing? That really meant so much to me. And to be honest, it really went a long way in my processing my situation, my journey, and everything that happened. This year has been one of, if not the most challenging year of my life. So challenging that my life was also challenged personally. Um, you know, a lot happened before other things, followed suit. We got to, kind of call back to return back to work, and that kind of fell on my table that I have to attend to a whole lot of, people needing my help. And the fact that I have to process everything on my table to enable people to do their job, and also help them to transition, those that want to get back to work, physically in the office, and those who feel that they can be able to transition physically in the office. So it fell on my table, and I tell you, my agency is a huge one. We have over 1,800 employees, and everything fell on my desk. So I had to withdraw some activities and said, you know what, this needed my attention 110%. So there was no time for social media. When I finish work, I'll be fully exhausted. I've reached my limit. And the next thing was for me to relax and, feel better and get ready for the next day. And remember, I'm still a mom and I'm still a wife. There are other things I still needed to do. So I felt I was, going to be able to juggle everything, and then maybe Saturdays, maybe Sundays. I thought I was going to be able to do that, but unfortunately, the time was not enough for me. 24 hours looked like 10 hours to me. It was not enough. And because my kids are so involved in activities, it was not enough. And boom, summer came. This year's summer was actually the worst summer of my life. And then why I came to talk to my audience, because a lot of you have been checking on me, not knowing what is going on with Oyoyo. And again, I saw a Nigerian content creator, a popular Nollywood content creator that traveled for holidays in South Africa and ended up passing there. When I saw that, it took me down memory lane of what happened to me in July of this year. Oftentimes we don't know when we overstretch our limits. When I mean overstretch our limits health-wise, we don't know. And if you're not paying attention, listening to your body, what happened to that guy? I think, I don't want to say his name wrongly. I don't know if it's Chidera. I can't remember. If you know the guy's name in the comment section, let me know. He went on vacation to South Africa with this guy, Unstoppable and the rest. And he ended up coming back to Nigeria in a body bag. A lot of people might say village people. Forget it, it's not village people. A lot of people might be saying those that he traveled with. It's not any of those. It was his health. Why am I saying that? Like I said, a lot has happened to me this year. My family was most challenging year for us. Thank you, Joe, for the membership. Woo! That's how to welcome Oyoyo. Oyoyo is back. Thank you for the membership, Joe. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, in June of this year, just at the beginning of summer, June 4th, I lost my beloved sister-in-law. When I mean beloved sister-in-law, all my sister-in-laws, they all love me. My brother-in-laws, they don't joke with me. I'm the prize, okay? I have to brag small. They can't give you the name, the title, Oyoyo for nothing, okay? But this particular sister-in-law was so dear to my heart. She was the eyes, the nose, the legs I have in my husband's home. She was that person that I looked up to, that walked me the whole community, introduced me to everybody in the community, that will protect me, fight for me, defend me, stand with me. She was that person. So when they called us on the morning of 4th of June to break the news, I feared for my husband. Considering that they were very close, I didn't know how to handle it. And, I screamed because it was me they reached. I screamed and forgetting my husband was just in the bathroom. So I had to sit down, and when he came out, I had to sit him down to break the news, because we were trying to see if there was solution that we could offer, what they could do, and what they, it was just a bad morning of summer for us. So I didn't know how to cry, and I didn't want to cry before my husband because I wanted him to be strong. I tried to stomach everything, but it was difficult. Sometimes I would go inside the garage, get into my car to cry. One of the reasons was, who am I going to call on Sundays? Because the irony of the whole thing, I spoke with her on Sunday, and she passed I spoke with her on Saturday. She passed either Saturday or Sunday, and she passed the next day or 2 days after. It was heartbreaking, to say the least. So we were befell with huge tragedy. And my family that was getting ready, my kids were getting ready for summer. We were getting ready to have a lot of engagement. We were thrown into sadness, into mourning, into grief. And this one overtook my husband completely. He was broken. He would go days without food. And before we knew it, our community base is a very strong one. I must give kudos to Igbo Nigerian community in my state. Wherever you are, look after for your own. The Igbo community, they start coming into the house, in their numbers, trying to console and all of that. Being that this lady is a younger sister to my husband, so you can understand. And my husband's family, they have this longevity that kind of cushions the assurance that everybody in the family is meant to live, to grow old and see their old ages. My husband's father died at 106 years old. The mother died at 100 years and 6 months. So you can imagine the younger sister dying. It was huge catastrophe for us. So I was managing myself in the crisis, because my eyes, nose, leg, and hands in the community, in the family, is a large family. When I mean a large family, is a huge polygamous family. My husband, their father was a king of their community for over 50 years. And he was married to many wives. So they have many wives, many daughter-in-laws, everything is in numbers, you understand? So I was managing myself, managing my husband. That was the biggest challenge for me. I had the stress from work that started since April, actually March 26th. And then I had some projects going on that I was handling. Lo and behold, I was thrown into organizing a funeral. You see how the whole thing switched up. So we wanted to get it done quickly so that we can start healing as soon as we, possible. We planned the funeral to be 1 month, maybe 1 month and 7 days. So we planned to travel to Nigeria. And in between this period, my husband's nephew was at the hospice in America. If you understand what hospice is, it's end of time. He was also battling, counting days and all of that. So it was huge in the family. We were still trying, this one is gone, the other one is in the hospice. So we planned to go to Nigeria for funeral. The funeral that I was solely, kind of everything fell on me because my husband was completely broken. So if you reach out to him, he would tell them, reach out to Oyoyo. And that was another additional burden. So on the 3rd of June, no, on the 4th of July, I'm sorry. On the 4th of July was my trip because I wanted to use every vacation possible to go for the trip, for the funeral, and then return back to work. So we were to travel on July 4th. Then on July 3rd, I told myself in the afternoon, I was doing my handover notes because my trip was the next day. So at some point, I told my superiors that I am shutting down, I'm rushing myself to the hospital. Okay? I rushed myself to the hospital. My husband drove me to the hospital, and that was in the afternoon. When I got to the hospital to check myself in, I couldn't. They were asking me what my name, I couldn't say my name. I was like, kind of struggling. And I had told my husband to take my daughter to the store, thinking I was going to handle it. So when I realized I wasn't speaking well. I started texting, calling him to come back. Then he was coming right back because they were just walking to the car. So I called him back to come in to help me check in. The receptionist there was so kind. She said, okay, give me your license. Can you tell me your name? I couldn't say my name. They gave me something to sign, I was trying to write my name. That was how bad I was on the 3rd of June. So when you hear that young Nigerian comedian, July, I mean. So when you hear about the young Nigerian comedian that traveled for vacation and passed there, is exhaustion, is stress. Okay? So I was checked in immediately because they saw what was happening to me. I was checked in immediately, and then lo and behold, straight from checking into emergency, and before you know it was full catastrophe when I put it that way. They realized that my blood has gone short. So what it meant, if I had gone on that journey the next day, maybe I would not get to my connecting flight and I would have collapsed on the way. There is no way I would have survived if I had reached Nigeria. There is no way I would be alive today if I had entered a plane to travel. Is either they turned me back, because I think it was Frankfurt that was our connecting flight. They would turn me back from Frankfurt to US after treating me there, or if I had made it to Nigeria, I wouldn't be here today talking to you. So what does that tell us? When you think you're exhausted, go to the hospital. And the irony of the whole thing, that a week or 2 weeks before, I was at the hospital to get my malaria medication. I went on to a travel clinic to get my malaria drugs and all of that. And I think I took, was it meningitis? When you're traveling overseas, they recommend some of those injections. So I was at the hospital like 2 weeks before my trip, kind of situation. So when that happened, I saw myself in admission. And we were to travel on the 4th, my husband and I. So we had to cancel the whole trip. The doctor told my husband, she's not leaving this hospital. If you can go, you go. She's not leaving. She's not traveling. So we said, okay, let's see if we can adjust our ticket. Maybe they will discharge me on the 7th or on the 5th. I was thinking of going. So the doctor told my husband, see, this lady here is not traveling anywhere. I understand this situation in the family, but as far as I'm the doctor in charge, she's not going. So my husband had to make that trip without me, and my sister-in-law had to be buried without me being present. And I had made my clothes, my morning clothes, and all of that, all those arrangements, telling them I was going to be there, and I was not there. I was still at the hospital when she was buried. I was on admission for over 8 days. And when I say God has been so kind to me, I made a video today. I was just feeling myself, loving myself and doing shakara, because you don't know how it has been for me, but few people know. I remember Treasure, reaching out to me. I said, this is what is happening to me. I'm in the hospital. I don't even know what to do. I could talk very well. I could do all of those. I was feeling good, but my system was fighting me. My body was fighting, was shutting down. The doctors, they did all they could. They don't know what was going on. Guys, it was a lot. It was a lot. I went on trying to go to Nigeria to take in about 4 pints of blood and all of that. So listen to your body when your body is giving you sign. Stress is too dangerous. Exhaustion can buy somebody. I experienced that, and I know what it is to rest now. Yes. I was carrying a burden of an agency for 1,800 employees. The stress was too much. March 26th, March 26th, April, May, June, my sister-in-law passed, additional stress, and this was more than an emotional situation. It was so emotional, it was so painful, it was so hurtful, so the stress doubled. And then the stress of watching my husband go days without food, losing his mind because he's lost a sister. I didn't know what to do. One thing I knew I did was to be vocal with his relatives. Anybody that I know I could talk to, I say, please reach out to your uncle, reach out to your brother. He's not handling it well. This is the situation. Those are the things. Then prayers were flooding in. Prayers were going on because my husband wasn't just himself. I want to thank Treasure Gist. Treasure Gist said, Oyoyo, I know it's too much. When I was in the hospital, she said she sent me the link for NSPPD. I will be I was in the hospital. I will link with them in the night, in the morning, in the afternoon. If anybody is coming to check on me at the hospital, the message is going on. The prayers were going on. Eventually, when I was discharged from the hospital, they came to Atlanta. That was the time Pastor Jerry and team came to Atlanta for America program. I can't remember what it's called. So I was so weak that, oh God, I'm laughing today because God has been so kind to me. I was so weak that I could not sit down for straight 2 hours. I was so tired, But on the day they were in Atlanta, I couldn't hold my phone to watch them. So I switched on my television. My husband started hearing me pray. He came and then sat with me. I was praying. I didn't know where the energy came from. I was praying, and I believe my loudest amen was even louder than the whole stadium. I didn't know. And at this point I'm talking about, my nephew-in-law that was in hospice had passed. So making it 2 deaths in the family. And the wife was close to, and is a very close person, close to me. So I didn't know how to handle it. My nephew-in-law loved me so much. So it was so personal. Everything was just too emotional. And I'm not going to say everything here, but those that walked with me through that journey, they knew what it was for me. Treasure Gist, God bless you immensely. Trent with Octavia, God bless you. And whatever it is you put your hands to do, Jehovah will honor all of them. Joe will check on me. Sometimes I had no strength to write. Mommy Fechi, oh my goodness. Uju, God will bless you guys for me. I remember praying on with that Atlanta crusade that NSPPD did. I remember praying. I didn't know where energy came from. I couldn't stand, but I was able to sit in my couch. I sat on the couch in my home. I prayed that prayer. I believed God. I trusted God for healing, and I felt really good. Now, in this process, we had a funeral to plan in August. We've done funeral in July. Another funeral in America here in August. I didn't know if I was to attend because I couldn't just carry myself. I was so bloated, so big because of all the medication interventions they did to save my life. So I became very, very plump, okay? I hated myself because I felt my face was this big, my stomach was this big, my chest, everywhere. But I had to go for that funeral. I had to go and support my sister-in-law that the husband passed. That was the closest I got to seeing a corpse, you know. Then after August went, all this while I've not been at work because I was sick, discharged, in recovery. My doctor put me out for months not to work but rest. And my team at work, they were very supportive. Oh my goodness, God bless all of them. They said, please take all the time you need. We want you to feel better before you come back. So it was my journey this summer. This was the worst summer. The worst summer of my life. And my kids, they became adults overnight because they had to cater for themselves. I want to thank my sister-in-law's daughter for being an amazing big sister to my kids. I was at the hospital. My husband had gone to Nigeria for the funeral, and so my kids can't sleep alone. They are less than 16, so you can't leave them in the house. They had to stay with my sister-in-law. The daughter was the one taking care of them. So whatever they wanted at the time, they got. I couldn't cook. I was no longer available. My big daughter became the mom to the little sister, making sure she's well fed, taken care of. And that was how my summer 2025 went. It was really scary. I thought I was going to go, but God said no. It's not time. My daughter, you still have a long way to go. You still have so many things you need to accomplish. You still have people you need to talk to. You still have lives you need to, kind of influence. You're not going anywhere. And since that time, I've been trying to rest. I know I missed a lot of my fan base on social media, to the point that YouTube was not recommending my videos anymore. I couldn't even find my name on YouTube if I typed. It was that bad. But to be honest with you, that was my journey. There was nothing I didn't think about. I have an aging mother who I wouldn't want to see another child go. There was so many things going on in my mind. Who am I going to leave my kids for? I thank God for all the doctors that came up with strategies to save my life. I'm here today because God did his wonders through their hands. And God of Pastor Jerry stood strong for me. Recovery was slow, but it was steady. I remember many nights, maybe 5 days I've not slept. Yeah. I remember them giving me the highest dose of, headache medication that never worked. None worked. I could be awake from 12 a.m. to the morning, and in the morning I'm still awake till the next day. It was just on and on and on and on. But God said, you will come out of this. That's what God said. It was tough. All I was doing was to eat because there was so many medication in my system. So I was feeling, the appetite was huge. And I also want to thank our African delicacies. One of the things that was major appetite for me was okpaka, obwa. I had it in plenty quantity. So what I was doing was to make yam with okpaka and lots of vegetables. abacha, African salad, our abacha, plenty upaka, plenty vegetable, otazi. You know, those were where my appetite was. Any other meal was tasting sour, no flavor. But those my abacha and my jiagwaragon, those were my appetite. And by August, remember I was hospitalized in July. By August 6th, that was a month after my hospitalization, I was no longer anemic. But I couldn't still believe my body because what I saw, what I witnessed, what I can see, and the lack of sleep. So I've been in the hospital in and out, checking here, checking there, to make sure everything was okay. And then, you know, they kind of started working the process to know what led to what and how I got there. The greatest consolation my doctor could give me was that, yeah, from women 35 and above, this could happen in one on four women 35 and above. So it wasn't anything you did wrong. I know stress contributed, but it wasn't anything basically you did wrong. So I just want to thank God for being God. And Roy, the Lord that sees me. That word is so powerful. The Lord that sees me. And indeed he saw me. And indeed he stood strong. And indeed he remained faithful. Even when my faith could not carry me, that God became very faithful. On the funeral day in August, when we went to bury my brother-in-law that passed here, I met one of my husband's friend's wife. So we got talking. Oh, how are you feeling? Are you feeling better? Take it easy. She's a nurse practitioner. So we're just talking. So she told me she was at Atlanta for the Roy crusade. And during there at the funeral in the church, she gave me the anointing oil she blessed in that Atlanta. She said, make sure you use it. So to her, I'm grateful. You know, so I really want to thank God that 2025 is gradually winding down. You know, every plan I made this year, when you're planning, God is also doing his own thing. Likewise, devil is fighting against some of those good plans that you might have. So I want to use this opportunity to tell you that, yes, I'm back from here and there. I'll be coming live when I can. I will post videos. Please do me well by watching my videos. Share my stories, share my videos to encourage me for a comeback. Because it's not easy after 8 months. Okay? So you can help me by sharing the video, telling family and friends that Oyoyo is back. The channel will start featuring things on a regular. And besides, it's Christmas. Tomorrow is the first day of Vlogmas. What are you talking about? The queen of Vlogmas is going to do something, right? So we'll be able to be posting 1 or 2. And in all of this, I really want to thank God for his faithfulness. I really, I don't know how to say it. You know, during Thanksgiving, I was asking the question, what are you thankful for this year? A lot has happened this year. I'm not even going to talk about the things happening in Nigeria. That is really heartbreaking to hear the stories or talk about them. You know, but in all of this, personally, what is that thing you're thankful for? What is that thing? I am thankful for the gift of life. The gift of life. Look at that Odera that went to South Africa. The body was telling him, you need to take a break. Check your BP. Check your BP. Check your BP. Take a break. A break. You're on vacation, but you're not resting. You're going from one club, one activity, one event. Your body is telling you all you needed was to take a break, rest, relax. No alcohol, nothing, just relax and eat healthy. Let's learn to listen to our bodies. It's very important. And for anybody thinking that, hey, they've taken him to do whatever, nobody took him to do anything. Not village people, not his colleagues. He just went through serious exhaustion. His body could not carry it anymore and everything shut down. That's what it was. If I had not listened to my body on the 3rd, not walked into the hospital on the 3rd, and managed to rest in the house, and then tomorrow check into the airplane and my way to Nigeria, today I will not be here. To be honest with you, my doctor said there is no way I would have made that 12-hour flight and successfully be alive. No way. So please, thank this Jehovah God, Elroy, the Lord that sees me. Thank this Abba Father, whose love is so unconditional that we can't even begin to imagine. Thank God for me in the comment section. Bless the name of the Lord that this lady, you're hearing her voice, you're seeing her face smiling today, went through the tunnel of darkness and God brought her back to light. Thank God for me. Honestly, I want to thank all of you that joined me today. I don't want this to be overly long. I want to immensely, internet has given me some sisters, and I'm so grateful for that. Internet has given me brothers. I'm so thankful for God. Thankful to God for that. I don't take those for granted. But right now, I'm taking it easy on myself, okay? The day I can be able to come live, I will, okay? But the day I can't, I will not kill myself. You know what I'm saying? So there are so many things to rejoice and bless God for. For me, the number one thing is the gift of life, that we as a family went through all of this and we are still together. We still love the Lord despite our pains. We still appreciate God despite the losses. Despite everything that happened to us, we still believe in Jesus Christ. We still trust Him. We still know that He is our Lord and personal Savior. There is none beside this God. He is everly faithful to those that trust Him. So trust the Lord. Look at me and know that God is real. When you see my face or hear my voice, just know that God is real. And at His own time, He maketh all things beautiful. That thing you're believing God for and you're not seeing it and you're counting, oh my goodness, this is December we are seeing. The year is almost gone and God has not showed forth. I tell you, He has a plan for you. There is a reason why that thing you haven't gotten it. So if only you can pay attention. My priest today preached in the church that if only we can slow down and pay attention to the things around us, then we'll hear Him better. Honestly, pay attention to the things around us. All those things we are chasing, we want to make $1 billion tomorrow, $1 million the next day, and all of that. How about the things that are around you? How grateful are you for those? Going out and coming back safely, sleeping and waking up, getting by the day. How grateful are we over those little things? They might seem little, but I tell you, they are huge. So I want to thank all of you, okay, for joining me today. And please share my videos, like the videos as you come in, like the videos, watch the videos, and leave me your comments in the comment section. Tell me one thing you're thankful for this year. And at the same time, bless the name of the Lord on my behalf, because that God is so faithful, okay? He's so kind, He's so merciful, He's full of compassion, He's so loving. So thank the Lord for me in the comment section. So guys, that is it from me. It's now almost 40 minutes gone, and I really thank all of you, and I wish all of you a great week. Yeah, this is a new week. Compliments of the season. Welcome to December, and then have yourself a great week filled with the blessings and testimonies of the Lord. Until I see you guys in my next video, be well, look after yourself, Know when your body is telling you something, because the body can pass messages, okay? Know when your body is telling you it's time to rest. Slow down, calm down, don't worry too much. Listen, listen, listen. Until I see you guys in my next one, this is me signing out. But be rest assured that Oyoyo is back, and is back for the better, okay? Bye, everyone. Thank you, guys. Bye. All right, let me struggle to end this life now, because yeah, I can't even remember how to end the life. Okay, let's